Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to make this wide leg palazzo pants. So let's get right into it. So I folded my fabric into two, added 1 inch sewing allowance. I got a clean base, and from my waistline I've marked my waist to my hip measurement, and I've gotten my waist to the full length, and I've added extra inches for the hemming. So now we're going to put in our crotch measurement. My crotch depth, I used my hip divided by 4 plus 1 inch. So that is what I'm going to be marking out. My hip divided by 4 plus 1 inch. I'm making a high waist palazzo pant. So we need the crotch to be as free as possible, but not so free. You understand? Okay. So we'll go ahead to connect the lines. Then after that, we're going to be adding our waist to our knee measurement. My knee length is 23. So from my waist, I came down with 1 inch on my tape and got 23. Don't worry about that. I'm going to explain that later to you right in this video. So we marked and connected the lines. Okay. Then the next measurement we're going to be inputting is our hip measurement. My hip divided by 4 measurement is 9.7, but I am using 13 inches because I want this trouser to be free. I want it to be a little bit baggy. Okay. Then for my crotch extension, I used my hip measurement divided by 20 for my front crotch. Then I came up with 1 inch at that angle and connected the dots right to my hip line. So let me explain again. For your knee length, you're going to put your tape at 1 inch and get your knee length. But for your crouch, please put your tape right there at the baseline to get your crouch. Okay. So let's continue. Now we're going to measure the crouch measurement, and we divide it by 2 to centralize our lines. Okay. And then you mark the what you get and you connect it down to the hemline. Okay, the crouch line divided by 2, then whatever your value is, you mark it, connect it to the hemline. Okay, so now we're going to input our knee measurement. You see, the essence of this line is for us to centralize our lines. So whatever your knee length is, your knee measurement is, you're going to make sure to centralize it on that line. Okay, now my knee measurement, I added extra inches to it because this is a palazzo pant. It's a free pant. I want it to be as free as possible. So I'm using 13.5 inches. And the 13.5 inches, I divided it into 2 to be able to centralize it here. Okay. All right. Then whatever we get there, we connect it using a curve to the crouch line. Just like you see me doing in this video. Please pay close attention. Then whatever we have there as our knee measurement is what we're going to be inputting at the full length measurement, because this is a palazzo pant and we want it to be as free as possible. Now at the waist region, we are going to come in with 1 inch to give the waist a shape. Okay, come in with 1 inch and connect it to the hip line, because we don't want the waist to be so straight. We need a little bit of curve there. And then we'll go ahead and add our sewing allowance to what we have drafted. Then on the waistline, please come in with 0.7 inch like you see me do here. Okay, this is going to help us to avoid having excess fold in the front of our pants. So now I'm going ahead to add my sewing allowance of 1 inch, a half inch, sorry. You can do 1, but I prefer using 1/2, sorry, again. So we go ahead and cut our pants. Guys, this is the front pattern. Okay, after cutting the front pattern, I'm going to use it to cut the back. Notice that I'm not going to be cutting on the 0.7 inches line that we cut there. So I folded my fabric again for the back, and I placed my front on it to cut the back. Okay, and then on the crouch line, I'm coming in with 1 inch, and at the upper part, I'm coming in with 1.5 inches at the upper part. So this is going to serve as our new crouch line for the back. The front and back are not going to have the same crouch line. Now we extend the lines: the waistline, the hip line, the crouch line, the knee line, and the full length line. We extend it. So like I said earlier, this is going to serve as our new crouch line for the back. So whatever value we have at the waist and hip of the front, we're going to be inputting it starting from the crouch line of the back. Then at the waist region, we come up with 1 inch. This is the reason why I didn't cut out the 0.7 inches I had for the front, because I needed to be able to get my 1 inch correctly. Then we connect it, and then we're going to be inputting whatever measurements we have there at the waist of the front right back to the back, and with our extra 1 inch for our sewing allowance. Guys, pay very good attention to this. This is very easy. Then from the knee line, we are coming out with 0.5 inches. But first of all, extend this hip line to the crouch line like so. Okay, and add 0.5 inches from the knee down to the hem line, and then connect it to the crouch line. Repeat the same thing for the other side. Add 0.5 inches from the knee down to the hem line. This is because the back is going to be bigger than the front. And to calculate my back crouch extension, I use hip divided by 10, so it gave me 4. And I'm going to mark it and add 0.5 inches sewing allowance and connect it right to the 1/2 inch that we came out with at the knee line. Now from the angle there, we come up with 1 inch, just like we did at the front. Come up with 1 inch and then connect it like so right back to the hip line. Just follow me correctly. So the next thing that we're going to be doing is to trace these lines to the back fabric. Okay, if you notice, we are doing all this on the front fabric. Yeah, so we are tracing this crouch to the back, and after tracing it, we're going to confirm if what we traced is actually very correct. Once we have confirmed that, we'll go ahead to add our 1/2 inch sewing allowance to it, and then get ready to cut. So we are done cutting, and then we're going to go ahead now and cut out the 0.7 inches that for the front that we didn't cut. Do you understand? Thank you. So the next thing we're going to be cutting now is our waistband. For the waistband, I'm using the waistline of the pants to cut it. Okay, the waist of the pants to cut it. You fold your fabric into two, and my waistband is going to be 1.5 inches in length. So I'm going to be cutting out 2 inches. The 1/2 inch extra is for my sewing allowance. After cutting out the waistband, we are going to go ahead now to cut the pocket. For my pocket, I'm using 11 or 12 inches length. I love me a deep pocket. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and place my front pattern on the pocket to cut it out, just like so. Remember, I said I'm using 12 or 11 inches length, and for the width you can use 7 or 8 inches. It depends on your choice, what you like. I'll go ahead and trace it out for my other pocket. Remember, I'm cutting this on fold. So at this point, we have come to the end of this cutting tutorial. In my next tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to sew this pant, every single detail. Please do drop your comments, give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on your notification bell so you get notified whenever we drop a new tutorial. Thank you and bye. Mwah.